Well, hey there, folks. Bill O'Leary. And in this video, I'm going to answer the question, how do you choose an executor for your estate? So in this video, you're going to learn three things. Number one, what an executor is and what they do. Number two, why it's important to name the right person as executor. And number three, some of the traits to look out for when deciding who to appoint as an executor. So real quick, an introduction. My name is Bill O'Leary, and I'm a lawyer with Legacy Planning Law Group in Jacksonville, Florida. We just do a few very specific areas of the law. We do things like elder law, helping plan for our seniors. We do estate planning, wills, trusts, estates, powers of attorney. And then when someone has passed away, we help the family sort of manage the administration process through probate or estate or trust administration. That's all we do. So let's jump right into the topic at hand. So look, you've taken the important step of writing out a will. Good for you. You've decided to take control and lay out who gets your assets when you die in the way that you want. So you've actually laid down your wishes specifically on paper. And again, as I say, good for you. You're in the 40% of people that have a will, which means 60% don't even have one. So you're already ahead of the game. But now you're faced with a very important decision, naming an executor, someone who's going to be in charge of your estate and in charge of the process of administering it. And it's one of the most important decisions you're going to make, since the executor is the person that you are entrusting to sort of gather all of the assets, keep them safe, pay off, any unpaid bills, and ultimately distribute those assets to your loved ones, or maybe even, charitable organizations that are named in your will. They're going to be responsible for taking your estate through the probate process, if that's necessary, which is a court process to verify the validity of your will. So choosing the right executor is a vital part of the estate planning process. And frankly, it's no simple task. People ought to focus on it more and give it the seriousness that it deserves. You need to find someone you trust to carry out your final wishes, and somebody who's going to be willing and able to take on the task of managing and administering your estate. So how do you decide? Well, when selecting an executor, what exactly are you asking of them, and what special skills should they have? You should ask yourself that question first, because again, not only will they have to deal with the nuts and bolts of the administration process, but importantly, they may have to deal with family relationships and family dynamics. Now, one of the executor's duties will be to notify potential creditors of your death, like credit card companies and the like, and they're going to have to pay off those outstanding bills using the assets that are part of your estate. And this process may take many months to complete. Since an executor has the right to resign from the role or refuse the role, it's important to pick the right person. You don't want to name someone and then all of a sudden it's discovered after you pass away that they've just declined the job. So again, you want to find somebody who's not only capable of doing the job, but is also willing to do the job. And oh, by the way, as you go through this process and naming someone, you need to name, 1, 2, 3 backups if you can. Now, given the magnitude of the responsibilities and the intimacy of the role of the executor, you may want to name a sort of a close friend, relative, someone who fully understands your wishes and respects your wishes, frankly, as well as the needs of the beneficiary. So maybe someone who might handle your sentimental heirlooms in a certain way, or other property in a very sensitive way, a much more sensitive way than, let's say, a professional executor might. Now, here's when you can run into trouble. Some parents, they say if they have several kids, they just want to name all of the kids together as what are called co-executors. Okay, seems simple, right? The problem with wanting to treat all of the kids equally by giving them equal control over the estate is that one or more of them may not have the financial ability or the acumen to be able to handle the executor's duties. In addition, forcing all the kids to have to work together could create disagreement and tension. So in my personal view, it is better to sort of identify one person. And as you make this decision, don't be caught up with emotion, use logic. Be honest with the people that you want to name about the amount of work that's going to be involved. In fact, even though a family member might be willing to do it for free, and a lot of them are. I will tell you this, that compensating them may be the best way to say thank you. Because remember, if the job gets too big, they are more than free to say no or to back out or to resign, and you don't want that. So when choosing an executive, here's some things to think about. Age and health, age and health. Ideally, the person you name should be younger than you, okay? They're going to survive you. Ideally, quite a bit younger. Now, you can name somebody about your same age or even somebody older, as long as you have enough backup people in place that are younger than you, in case the person you name sort of first in line that is your age or older, they happen to pass away before you. You want some backups in place. And make sure that the people you name don't have health problems. So, hopefully you're going to end up living a long time. You want the people that you name as your executor to outlive you. Another trait to look for, somebody that is objective. Okay, somebody it's important that the person you name as executor is objective and level-headed. They should be diplomatic, and again, as I said, being able to handle these sort of family dynamics. Now, there may be certain pressures brought by beneficiaries, and so you want someone who's going to be able and willing to stand up to that pressure and not cave. A beneficiary that's sort of demanding an early distribution from the estate. Okay. And this is especially true in blended family situations. You don't want a child from, let's say, your first marriage or child from your second marriage to be able to handle everything with no oversight from others. You want to find someone that's good with finances. The executor needs to be fairly good with financial matters. Now, they don't have to be an expert because they can always get outside help, but they should have a general working knowledge. They're going to have to do a financial task like preparing accountings and making sure tax returns are filed. And find someone who has a flexible schedule. Fulfilling the role of the executor takes time, which can be difficult for busy people. Okay, let's be honest. The person you name should have the time and flexibility in their schedule to do the job. And this is where finding someone that's good with finances, but also someone that has time can be difficult, because a lot of time the people that are good with finances are very busy people and they may not have the time. Now, if you can't think of an individual family member that has all these characteristics, another option is to name an independent third party, what's called a professional trustee or a corporate trustee, like a bank, that sort of thing, because they are used to serving as an executor and they certainly will have the financial knowledge. They're also good at being objective and resisting the temptation from beneficiaries to make premature distributions from the estate. So, hey, if you'd like to know a little bit more about how you go about choosing an executor for your estate and maybe how we can help, we'd love to talk to you. So we would invite you to go ahead and start the conversation with a phone call. It's a free 15-minute phone call that we offer called our discovery call, where again, you can sort of tell us what's on your mind and we can tell you if we can help you. Scheduling is really easy. So it's a matter of going to the bottom of this video is one place you can schedule it by clicking on the scheduling link, okay? And it takes you straight to our booking calendar, or go to our website, legacyplanninglawgroup.com, click on the book your free call button. If you'd like to know a little bit more about other topics, we are posting more and more videos to our YouTube channel, Legacy Planning Law Group. So we would invite you to subscribe to that. And if you've enjoyed this video, we'd ask that you like it, better yet, share it. So Bill O'Leary signing off for now, and go make it a great day and a better world.